President William Ruto into a national conversation about what the president wants everyone to talk about? And do you think that the luminaries in the opposition will be drawn into this?
You see, what is necessitating the need to have a national conversation? We are deciding we want to have a national conversation because we have failed on the things we are supposed to do. When you see a minister whose main portfolio is division and separation of Kenya, and when you ask him what does he do, you cannot hear anything substantive coming from him. Every time he speaks, he opens his mouth, it's about separating the mountain. Let me tell you, Fred, the reason Kenya is where it is not because we lack a vision. There was Vision 2030. It is because instead of working on implementing the vision, people are busy stealing from this country and doing things we are not supposed to do. What is the use of coming up with a Vision 2060 when you wake up to a headline like yesterday's newspaper? SHA is losing 1.2 billion to thieves. Thieves who are not being arrested. Thieves who are known. You know, eCitizen is not something new. It's not something, we know it's a fraud conduit. They steal money from us. So why waste our time coming to create a vision? Our problem is not a vision. They'll come and say that we have a vision on health, we have a vision on this and the problem on... Let me tell you the truth, Fred. If today we woke up and stopped the thieves from stealing, thieves who are known to this government, when a permanent secretary wakes up and steals 6.3 billion and it is known and that person is not arrested and that person is not taken to jail and nothing is done to that person, what is the use of hiring professors to come up with a vision for us? Professor Anyang' Nyong'o is a man I respect. He's one of those people who came up with the PRSP, Poverty Reduction Strategy paper. Honorable Danson Mungatana here sat in a cabinet. He was an assistant minister under Kibaki, a government that had common sense and that had a plan for this country. And he knows how things were happening then. And he can tell you there was a very big difference between how they were doing things that time and how they are doing things this time. I'm telling you, the civil servants we had under Kibaki, the bulk of them have not left office. They're just mesmerized at how terribly things are being done today. There is a lot of knowledge. Let me tell you, our civil service is rich. If we were to tap into our civil service and ask them, how can we do things correctly, the way they are supposed to be done? They know a lot of things. Now, why have some of the visions failed? They were done by the elite. Vision 2030 was an elitist vision. The Poverty Reduction Strategy paper, I remember people going to Kibera to ask them, who is the poorest amongst you and how can we eradicate poverty from you in Kibera? Hii serikali ambayo ilisemekana ni ya hustlers. I have only seen professor. I have not seen a single person who is riding a boda being told, come and sit at the table. What they are being told is they will be consulted. Watakuja wawekwe kwa hall and then their views will be collected. But they are not an integral part of the committee that will make these decisions. So these people will come up with very elitist ideas about how they feel this country should move forward. But they are forgetting there is someone who is exactly where the rubber meets the road, who might know something that the professors will not know. And it will not find itself there. Remember, the bulk of our population is in the informal sector. So when you create an elitist people to come and say, oh, you know, policy is an elitist thing. But let me tell you, sometimes these people who waliambiwa ni akina mama boga, wakaambiwa wao ni hustlers, there is something they know that they could bring to this table that will never find its way to this table because they are waiting to come and find them at kwa grassroots waulize maswali. Right. I feel strongly that this thing is unnecessary for the nation at the moment. Let us ask ourselves, before you give us Vision 2060, why are drugs getting spoiled at KEMSA, zinaharibikia kwa store, na hospitali hazina dawa? Right. You know, lack of common sense, basic things. You wake up in the morning, SHA has stolen 1.2 billion from Kenyans. Where's your 1.2 billion ajashikwa? And you are coming up with a master plan on how to improve our health care system. It's not necessary.
So the Kenya's Vision 2060 refers to emerging long-term national development framework intended to succeed Vision 2030. It aims to transform Kenya into a high-income, industrialized and globally competitive first world economy by 2060, around there. And in the next 7 days, and this is according to the president, on August 12th, we begin this discussion. So in the next 1 week, Vision 2060 will be on the headlines and will be a big discussion. And I just wanted your comments on that briefly before we take a break. Allow us to take a break. We'll be back to continue with a lot more, including the politics that is on the front pages today.